the bad guys in the black community. I want to see the crime. There's one. There's one. Black faces give me the thought of evil and crime and criminality. These are the illusions that run prevalent in North American culture. Something that has to be reversed in order for us to prevent black lives being murdered by police officers. Now, let's make it clear. In 2012, there were more high-profile murders than in 2014. But yet, 2012, there was no media coverage. In Ferguson, Missouri, we all know the news. The news is filled with a murder of a young African-American man. Mr. Brown was shot in cold blood in Ferguson, Missouri, in front of other African Americans. It was a vicious attack sent by Officer Wilson to Mr. Brown. Now let's make this clear. After this murder, the city of Ferguson, Missouri fell into an unrest. A state of unrest for not being sure whether or not law enforcement can protect and serve as is designated to do, not only in Ferguson, but in Los Angeles, New York, Detroit, and multiple cities throughout the United States. Hashtags such as Black Lives Matter, others such as Ferguson, discuss the issues that have been presented in the media in more detail, giving us a true analysis of how the people in Ferguson were treated prior and during this investigation. But we must analyze, really, what are the things that are happening with our police forces nationwide. Let's make this clear. A case for my people. For many, many years in the United States, after being brought out of slavery, African Americans, my people, their homes were not their homes. Their roads were not their roads. Their food was not their food. Everything that was done to African Americans was done in the context of desegregation. After desegregation, criminalization, and marginalization and repression of African American people was defined and concise, even more so than it is today. Today, African American people live in the shadows of this symphony of oppression. Neighborhoods that they feel are their neighborhoods are not their neighborhoods. So black people who ask the question, why do black folks burn down their local neighborhood and drugstore? Well, the answer is clear. These drugstores, neighborhood liquor stores are not theirs, nor have they ever been theirs. And today, I make sure that this is made clear because of the historical connotation that shapes the reality of the existing reality surrounding around imprisonment and enslavement and institutionalized oppression. Very simple. I hope you understand now. My opinion is as follows. African American lives are valuable. It sounds cliche as I speak to you today about how I feel the African American life must be protected, as well as any other life. But particularly the African American, because of the long and intense history of oppression, slavery, and racism. This country must tread on very, very narrow roads in order to ensure that equal justice under the law is given to African American people, the community, men, women, and children. Until the blunder of slavery is corrected, we must always be considerate to those who are oppressed. This is your brother Umar. Signing out. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.